question I get asked quite a lot by family members is whether or not a family member can be with a person during an assessment. What's your view on that?
My personal preference is to see the individual by themselves. But I am also aware that people like support, people like comfort people. And so it's not about saying, no, you can't have someone there, but it's about saying, if they are there, what can they do and how can they be involved? Right. So I suppose there are sometimes when I say, no, you definitely can't. So if we're doing a will or something like that and the person is named as a beneficiary, or they're going to be the attorney, lasting power of attorney, I say, I'm sorry, you can't be in there. If they say to me, well, look, do you mind if I just come in and get, my son comfortable? Or quite often I'll say that, look, come and get him comfortable and relaxed and happy, and then I'm going to ask you to step out while I do the assessment. There have been times where, the individual, I can think of a couple I've done just this week, where, they've said, actually, do you mind if my mum stays in? And I've said, that's fine, but actually, mum, I'm going to ask you to sit out of eyesight, just quietly over there and not say anything. And the entire time I'm doing the assessment is I'm trying to also then pick up on cues around coercion or undue influence and that sort of thing as well.
So you're very conscious if a family member remains in the room, that they are in the room. And I'm assuming you'd write that in your report.
Oh, absolutely.
As well. It would be very clear.
Yeah. I tend to say where they sit, what they did, all that sort of stuff.
What about carers and sort of not family members, for aiding communication and that sort of thing? Would you take a more relaxed view about that, or is that also you'd try and avoid people being in the room so that they don't answer for the person and they're not giving cues? And that sort of side of
so I try and avoid it because it's, it then cuts out all immediate coercion stuff. Right. But again, if this particular carer is the one that helps the most with the communication or helps them with that, then, yes, absolutely, I've got no issue with them being there, but we just have to be very careful about what that interaction looks like to make sure that they're not answering for the other person. They're not kind of trying to nudge them in one direction and that sort of thing.
Thank you.